such an asshole!
Hey everybody, Asshole Consulting. Go there if you have a question and you have money. It is not a free service. Dear Mr. Clary, would it be wise to pursue a career in law enforcement, given the fact that I am white, I'm in my mid-20s, and that I have recently landed a city government job as a security guard / meter maid, making $27,000 a year with full benefits, and they will match what I put towards retirement 401k. Well, you probably got a 403b, I'd imagine. Set up. I currently live in a town in Texas. We ain't gonna nail you down. If you need more information, let me know, and please keep this anonymous. Sincerely, man who's anonymous. But let me read this last part because it's totally awesome towards me. I love your blog, as you should, YouTube channel, and I just started reading your book, Enjoy the Decline. And how much do I have to pay you to do the full PlayStation 4 review? You'd have to pay me for a PlayStation 4 review, I guess like $10 because it sucks. But I would really like to get a Sony PlayStation executive to explain. That would be the payment if you could like grab him, clobber him over the head, put him in a sack, drag him back here to the United States, and then put me, in charge of like his torture chamber. Like, what the fuck were you thinking? Anyway, should white men aim to become cops? Yes, they should. And the reason is simple, because it's a good job, and I still think you can get hired. Now, every government agency has the mandatory let's hire inferior non-white people or non-white males over the white males, but in the end, they still do need people, regardless of your skin. They need qualified people. So, depending on where you're going, and you're in a major town, so there might be a little bit more leftist bias there. But I remember all of, I do work security, so especially during the depths of the recession, we had all these kids coming back from Iraq, who are supremely qualified to be cops, and no cops were hiring, no police departments were hiring. That's starting to change a little bit now. But you have some serious and stiff competition, because there's a lot of vets who are, well, let's just admit it, frankly, better people than you and I will ever be, who know guns, in better shape. I mean, the list can go on why they're superior candidates for becoming a cop. But all that being said, my experience in watching, because I applied to the reserve police force in my local town, I actually got in, but it took him 8 months. I'm like, it takes you 8 months to get back to me? Fuck you, I'm done. You can make it into the police. It's a long, arduous journey, but in the end, in part because the economy slowed down and we're not really exactly booming anymore, government budgets aren't booming, but also in part that inevitably these old cops are retiring and they need new blood, that any guy, whether you're a white male or not, you just got to start sending out your resumes, volunteer for the local police reserve force, and get your ass out there. Become a security guard, work volunteer security, police, whatever, reserve officer. You'll get it. You'll inevitably get it. Because I've seen it empirically with several clients I'm trying. And it takes 2 to 3 years. It really does. Shit, I know someone in particular, Rangers, fucking, pretty much shut the fuck up, just fast track this guy. It took him 3 years to find a fucking job. So here's what you got to do. In the meantime, go work whatever job you got to work to put food on the table. Ideally security work, because it's in line with becoming a cop. But if not, don't worry about it. Go to the academy. It depends on state, locality, all that other stuff. Get your fucking certification and training. Stay in physical shape. That's an important thing, because then you have to do the physical fitness test. And if you can blow that shit out of the water, you can run faster than anybody else, you can lift more than anybody else, you'll do pretty well. I'd say grow a set of tits and maybe grow a vag, but you can't do that because we're basically racist and sexist when it comes to hiring policies, because that's exactly what they do when they lower the status for women. But in the meantime, yeah, you should be able to get in. And maybe not in that particular town that you're trying to get into. Maybe you're going to have to apply for a little more slow-paced town. That's fine. You want to become a cop, become a cop. And sometimes you don't want to work for, I mean, honest to God, if you're a white guy and you want to become a cop, and you're in a major city, you got to deal with all these race horror professional victims. Hey, he fucking attacked me, and these fucking dindus. Although there's been a couple where the cops are actually like, yeah, dude, you fucking shouldn't have done that, and that's bad, and hope you go to jail. But by and large, the bias is against cops who are white, and so you may want to think about becoming the Andy Griffith, what was the other guy's, Don Knotts character? Barney Fife character, where you're serving a slow poke town, and that's fine, that's good. You might want a little bit more action than join the Army Reserves, but you may, I know you young guys want to get into the action, you want to do good. As an older guy, no, you don't want to, no. Major cities vote left, major cities will turn on you, major cities will claim your head, even though like your life might have been threatened or something like that. So I would still aim to become a cop. You can do it, but have that would be, let's put it this way. For now, whatever your full-time job is, that's your full-time job that puts food on the table. Security, government, whatever, I don't know. Your part-time job is to become a cop. And not until that fucking shit pays off do you actually go and become a cop, because it may take 2 to 3 years. But when it does, yeah, then you're a cop. And here's the other thing. Get really in touch with your union. Especially with the all Black Lives Matter and oh my God, you did that. No, get in touch with your fucking union. Volunteer for the police union. Help out with the police union and get really good and cozy with them. And that would be the only bits of advice I got. So, anyway, hope that helps out. Toodles.